Boy, we got Gigguk giving his honest thoughts on Solo Leveling Season 2. What will he say? Ooh, nuclear drama incoming?
But solo leveling, I mean,
Yeah.
what can you say about solo leveling? It does
It's hype.
exactly what you expect it to do, and
Yeah.
it does it exceedingly well. And
Yeah.
I think this season has been a step up for like fights and moments and animation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
We have Skuna Lover 2015 XXX. 2015 probably because he was born in 2015. We got a 10-year-old JJK Glazer saying mid-leveling, which is so funny. Do you even know the show that you're glazing right now? You have no place to be even saying this shit. If your name was Madoka Magica 1982 XXX, I would bow out. I would say, hey, fair OG, you know, you are representing a big brain psychological show. But JJK, bro, Skuna Lover, bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You letting your inner shonen retard leak.
has been a step up for like fights and moments and animation. I'm just like, I am so fucking shocked they did
Yeah.
Shadows well, man. The fact that they did Shadows well, because if you go back,
Like the 2D art rather than CG stuff, yeah, they were doing a really well job, you know, mixing matching both of them. Like in the Tusk, you know, episode, right? The amount of like CG shadows that, and the orcs as well, the fight scenes, man. But the most important scenes, they hand drew it. It was amazing.
to my video, if you go back to my video of solo leveling of the manhwa like 2-3 years ago, I was like, the anime's probably gonna suck. They're never gonna be able to do Shadows well. I'm like, goddamn.
Did he say that? Wasn't he the #1 soul leveling glazer before it arrived in season 1? Wait, what?
Like, the anime's probably gonna suck. They're never gonna be able to do Shadows well. I'm like, goddamn. All right, A1 Pictures, you proved me wrong. I will have to admit that you have proved me wrong.
Okay.
Solo leveling mid besides action, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it pretty much always was.
And here's the thing. Solo leveling mid but action. Yeah, pretty much. And you know what? I would be willing to agree with that. And let me give you something. I think so many people fundamentally are brain broken and don't understand that there are so many different things, different parameters that, you know, basically makes up some sort of arbitrary rating for an anime score, right? If we have, I don't know, let me try to just like represent this visually. Maybe we have a full circle, right? And this full circle is basically like the overall like anime, how well it does, right? And there's going to be many different things within this circle, right? There's going to be many different things within this circle. For example, maybe this could be, for example, soundtrack. Maybe this one could be voice acting. Maybe this one could be overall aesthetics and art direction. Maybe this one could be the overall like hype factor action. And maybe, I don't know, this one could be something like overall like plot and stuff like that, right? What I'm trying to show you is when you're trying to rate an anime, you can't just use one thing and say, animation is amazing, but the story is mid, therefore anime mid, right? Now, at the end of the day, these are subjective ratings, right? Everyone has their own entitled opinion. It's all subjective. Who gives a fuck what other people think, right? If you want to enjoy solo leveling, then go ahead. If you don't like it, go ahead. But at the very least, understand that a show doesn't need to have deep, complex story. A show doesn't need to have deep, psychological commentary, like ReZero, for example. A show can simply have hype, animation, fight scenes, as the solo leveling, you know, flavor profile is, deliver on that. And if you execute on those simple concepts, it will do well and it'll reach a wider audience. And there's a reason why a lot of people are talking about solo leveling. Because if you think about it, do you know how many more people, like, think about like the average person who watches solo leveling, genuinely. I think that there is so many more, like if we look at like an overall like audience pool of anime enjoyers, I think such a big portion of them are genuinely just like Unga Bunga hype kids. Why? Because I think that the Battle Shonen audience, right? There's more kids that have free time to watch anime than a bunch of grown-ass men or supposed, you know, pseudo-intellects who see solo leveling as something that's mid, right? That's why there is way more reach for a target audience, and that's why a lot of people talk about it, like Demon Slayer, like solo leveling. And there's nothing wrong about that. It is so beyond pretentious to think that like solo leveling is a bad anime because the story is simple. It doesn't matter. You can have simple story and execute it really well and do perfectly fine. It's all about execution. But people think that like every anime needs to be a certain way. Like if it's not a psychological thriller, if it's not something so deep on the level of like Madoka or like Vinland Saga, then it's not like a viable anime. And that's just fucking wrong. Think about it like this on a different analogy. You enjoy pepperoni pizza, other people enjoy vegetarian pizza. You may rate vegetarian pizza trash, but realize there's a lot of people. Actually, you know what? The example should be different. Let's just assume that pepperoni meat lovers pizza is the solo leveling audience, and vegetarian pizza is like the Vinland Saga, the Madoka, the whatever, the super big brain animes, right? The pepperoni enjoyers are gonna see the vegetable pizza and say, I don't like that shit. Does that mean vegetable pizza is bad? No. And same with vice versa. But like people are so like, they're just stupid as fuck, genuinely. And it's so funny when you have these like so-called like pseudo intellects trying to like deconstruct solo leveling and criticize it, and all of them have the same talking point. The story is simple and bland. But guess what, retard? There's so many different parameters to, you know, add into a show like solo leveling that like changes the outcome of the final rating. Not every show needs to be, you know, the type of show that you want, the type of pizza you want. Other people enjoy this shit, and that's why it's so wide appealing. But at the end of the day, you're never gonna have people actually understand this shit. They're all just gonna be stuck in their own little bubbles and talk shit because they see other people having fun. Like for example, this is what I'm gonna bring you again. Squidward watching SpongeBob and Patrick. This is it, bro. Everyone that cries about solo leveling success are a bunch of Squidwards. They see that they're not part of a community. They see that they're not part of some sort of hype train. Everybody is enjoying solo leveling outside. Are they stupid? Yeah, probably. Are they the smartest kid in the class? Probably not. They're a bunch of fucking crayon eaters and, you know, glue sniffers. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that at the end of the day. And then you have the Squidwards who are like, oh, why isn't my show being talked about? My favorite show, solo leveling is mid. I can't believe so many people talk about solo leveling. And then those people feel bad because they think they're missing out on something. They think that like, oh, everyone is talking about solo leveling, but I'm not watching it. Why are you so fucking happy? Fuck you. Because these are stupid children who don't know how to emotionally regulate themselves. They don't even know why they're mad. I have to do fucking armchair philosophy psychologist right now and explain to people why people hate on solo leveling like this. Stop being a Squidward, bro. Other people's experience and their enjoyment should not impact you. And hey, that's Cap, says Skuna Lover 2015XX. I kept you around for the duration of this video because I knew I wanted to ban you immediately I saw your fucking first comment. You are a stupid child. You're genuinely have the IQ of a plankton. You don't even know why you're mad. I just gave you a full-on simple breakdown of how different ratings are done, and you will forever remain mad and sad. You literally showed up to my stream on Kick, by the way, not even Twitch. You showed up at 4 in the morning, excited to watch my content, and then start to crash out because you're a loser. No one likes you. You will have no friends. You will be remaining sad and mad the entire time, and no one wants you here. Get the fuck out of my face. Banned. All right, that's it from me. Bye-bye.